Okay? Required screen preparation before measurement, but now you, of course, you need that one, but very nominal. It's not that much of preparation, screen preparation you need. Then conductive gel is not suitable for sensitive skin, but nowadays there are due to the advancement of technology, that also not required. Okay, but not generalized. Many places, because you see that you have some conductive gel which is sensitive to skin, some not, but still there is that which is not sensitive, but obviously not suitable for long term. Then susceptible to motion artifact, that is another problem. But low cost and disposal. That is the best advantage of this one. And dry electrode, contact electrode is almost same, but the previously I told that susceptible to motion artifact for dry electrode is more highly susceptible, highly susceptible to motion artifacts. Okay? But suitable for long-term monitoring application because it is dry. Now, when I am going through the capacitive EMG, which is my topic here today, for CMG, it's actually taking that capacitive coupling technology. Okay? Now, what they do is, though I am telling that the sensor is contactless, but basically it's not contactless. Basically it's touching. But the sensor itself not. Let's say this fiber is the intermediate thing. Polyimide is intermediate thing. So I will show you. And it is non-invasive. Suitable for long-term monitoring application. Then low cost and disposable and no direct contact with skin. So these are the benefits for CM. For motion artifacts, yeah, it has the susceptible to motion artifact. But now you know that during processing, with the help of AI, machine learning, we can reduce that. Okay, about the speed. So here in this, in my research, what we anti-aliasing filter first. Why do we use the anti-aliasing filter? Because we need to prevent that aliasing component. Okay, this is one. Nose filter we have used. Then to identify the optimal skin electrode, because later I will show that this skin, we need to know the optimal skin electrode capacitance, because that is the main factor to get the correct answer. To design a high input impedance CMD biosensor, which enable long-term EMG signal monitoring. Okay, so this is my second objective. Third objective, to design a pre-processing filter circuitry. And last is to develop and fabricate the hardware program, the whole system. So let's go one by one. Okay, so we did some literature. After doing the literature review, we fixed few parameters. For example, that is the resistance of insulator should be greater than 4. Then skin electrode capacitance between 2.5 to 0.42. Okay? Then we found that through the literature review that our voltage gain should be between 1 to 500, and so on. Then opening bandwidth, sensing plate material, all those things we can now, we can not standard, but just to set a parameter and get value. So when we do, we should keep our values, our output within that one, or whatever the things we take. That have to obey this condition. So this is our prototype CMD biosensor. So here you can see the first one is the front-end pre-amplifier circuit, and the next one in A is the sensing electrode, and B is the pre-processing filter. Okay, so which comprises of bandpass filter and DRL feedback circuit. And last one is the data acquisition unit, but we have taken from the National Institute. So you see that previously figure this one, I mean the A, the prototype of simply figure 1 in buffer circuitry and electrode. So over there you see that here we have taken IL 1163 amplifier from, and the dimension of the whole thing is 510 millimeters square. The one that was telling that which will act as intermediary actually intentionally, because when I'm telling that it's contactless, I'm telling no, it's not contactless. Because I will use inside, in between skin and electrode, is the fiber, fabric or polymer or other. Okay. So here is the adhesive polymer skin. Later we use different fabric. Our total dimension is 35 into 35 into 5. And for here, for this one, electrode material will be copper. Our electrode surface area 510 millimeters square, I told you. And here, electrode thickness only 35 micrometer as well. Spin electrode capacitance for this 288.9. I will go through this spin electrode capacitance later. Besides that adhesive, we also tested this one with cotton, linen, rayon, nylon, polyester, and fixed textile. Okay? The reason behind all this has a unique dielectric constant. And when each has different dielectric constant, that means this capacitance is different, right? So that's why we have to consider this constant. Okay. For reprocessing filter, we have combined second order silently high pass and low pass filter, so that the pass band range we get between 10 Hz and 300 Hz. We have implemented the feedback circuitry, as I said, that to reduce electromagnetic noise interference. Then, the input differential analog input channel of any IMI that we have taken into consideration. Why? To cancel the common noise. So this is the preprocessing filter circuitry. Not only that, we have also developed graphic user interface. Here you can see. Later I will show a little bit of this. Now, when we are taking the data to process and to see that whether this sensor is working correctly or not, what we do is we have actually taken weight electrode as a gold standard. Because we have to take something to know that whether our result is correlated with others or not. So we have taken weight electrode, we have taken CME electrode, gold. Then we have taken the data. Okay? So this is our result summary. First, we are trying to find out the optimal spin electrode capacitance. So from this graph, you can see that is more capacitance, your noise floor reducing, right? From there, you can see that between 255 to 510, noise floor is lesser. And if you look at the second table here, we can see that 340 when capacitance, that's actually correlating the maximum. But above 83, you can see 255, 340, 425, and 510. That is above 83 correlation. But highest is 340. And we found that on that range, the noise margin floor is below 2 millivolts, right? You see that apart. And you can also see that from here that for different capacitance, what are the result? Now, when I compare it with weight electrode and CNT electrode, you can see that those two are identical. Because first one, the rate is the weight, and this one is the CNT. Both are identical. Okay? And if you go to the correlation coefficient is 0.9, that means it's almost same. Okay. Now, as I told you that I have tested with few different So look at the cotton insulated. When cotton is the insulating material, if you see that it's identical, exactly the same. If you look at the linen insulated CMD, it's also identical. That means cotton and linen will give the same result. And rayon insulated is the similar, not identical, number C. If you go to the nylon insulated CMD, it's completely different. I'm sorry, it's not working, so I cannot show. Number E. If you look at the E, that is polyester insulated, it's also different. But if you look at PVC textile insulated, then it is a similar. That means we get cotton and linen identical, but for like rayon and PVC, same. So, in a summary, better I go through this outcome, so which actually, because here you can see. So, what we found? First, we found that when between 255 and 340 picofarad, we found that our noise flow is within 2 millivolts, less than 2 millivolts, or equal to 2 millivolts. But we found that 340, during 340 is giving the best. Our area size is too little, 35 to 35. And this capacity unit by sensor is speed electric capacitance has a 288 picofarad that falls within the optimum range. Actually, 288 and 344 previously I have shown it. And here, polymer thin has high dielectric strength that actually protect the ESP effect. And another advantage that is high tensile strength and chemical resistance that actually help to prevent changes of material properties during long-term engagement. So that means if I take the polymer, then for long-term monitoring or long-term measurement, it helps us because due to their high tensile strength and chemical resistance. But not only that, we have shown our fabrics like cotton and nylon, cotton and linen. We have shown at that time it's also giving 0.9 correlation with the weight electrodes. So we can also use those two because that also gives us the opportunity for long-term monitoring. So what we found, just now I told that the cotton and linen can be the alternative of that polymer. And from this proposed founded architecture of a CMD biosensor, which consists of unity gain source amplifier, then bandpass filter and real feedback circuitry, which limits the noise flow and which giving below 2 millivolts, this noise flow is below 2 millivolts, that is also the outcome from this system. So from here, few advantages you can notice that it doesn't require skin preparation. It's simple. I don't need any other things to rub on my skin to get the better result. It's suitable for long-term monitoring application because if we think about only the cotton and the linen, then we don't need to think about anything because our own fabrics, the shirt that I'm wearing, that can also help to get the signal. Okay. Then this sensor can easily integrate with, okay, already I told you. And however, CMD biosensor is susceptible to motion artifacts. Yeah, this is the problem. But as I say, that when we will get the signal through machine learning, we can reduce to minimum. I think that's all for now. So I'll be happy if you have any question to know.
Thank you, Professor Mohammed Ilyas, for his very engaging talk. And I think we can take a couple of questions from the audience, and Professor Mohammed Ilyas to answer these questions. Please introduce yourself first.
Hello, I'm Sakir Ahmed. I have some questions like you have mentioned that you record the signal and reduce the artifact. And my question is that what is the system is independent or dependent subject?
Sorry, is that?
Is the system is independent or dependent subject wise? If you record the signal from type subject, can I apply the system to another?
This system is not human dependent, individual human dependent. No, it can be applicable with everyone.
But as I know from my learning that EEG signal is very much subject dependent, but is the EEG signal is subject dependent or not?
Signal always come, no matter whether it is X or Y. So strength different. For example, when you are pushing like this,
Yes.
you get a strong signal. When you are doing like this, you get the the lower signal. That is the difference. But always you get signal.
Okay.
Is it the thing or
I mentioned that when you record the signal from a subject one, is the same signal from inside.
obviously it will be different. The strength, signal strength will be different. Right.
Okay.
For example, when I put here to split it, right?
Yes.
So when I do the activity, obviously that two signals will be different. So if I give two different signals, obviously different people give the different signal. Is it the one that you?
Yes. Yes.
Obviously it will be different signal. But again, you see that that's a static. I know that in certain, let's say for example, it's 2. Forget about me. 2. I know that if the signal strength below 2, it will be static for him.
Okay.
So there will be a generalized one and another one. Through machine learning, I will know that for this guy, it is 2 or it is 3 or it is 1. But initially, in your data, from human data, we will set one threshold. That okay, maybe 2 is the static for normal people.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Maybe here we have another question.
Suppose we have a cancerous cancer patient.
Okay.
Without in the throat, without anesthesia, is it possible to sense the signal from there or regular technique in the cancerous patient?
From muscle,
No, from the PCBR muscle, throat muscle.
throat muscle. Right. But I never thought like that way. But I believe, still it's possible. Obviously possible. Because if I put my sensor here, for any activity, it will give some signal.
Anesthesia in the
For anesthesia, actually, I don't know, but for anesthesia, instead of EMG, it's better to go through the EEG. So EMG, I don't think that we have that, because when you are in anesthesia, it's not working, right? Muscle is not working.
fever is here.
Hmm.
But we are not sure of the cancerous or without. That
Okay, so I think this question is something like, can you distinguish the healthy tissue and cancerous tissue from this sort of sensing?
No. I don't think that from EMG signal, you can, but okay, if I say that yes, if I say no, let's say it's not possible to get from the EMG signal, I cannot distinguish that it is the cancerous or not, for example. But let's consider that we have machine learning, we have other things, right? So can we do this one? That for long-term monitoring, we will see different subjects that for surveying signal, how can control how it can correlate or not correlate with the cancer or not. So we know that if the signal is like that, That means something wrong over there for cancers. So I'm telling, I'm just thinking futuristic way. Okay, but of course we have to take the machine learning to understand, to correlate that. So from that I can feel.
Yes, I think.
Serious about the anesthesia to be given. Patient will not be recovered.
Right.
That's without anesthesia. It is possible to detect. There is a problem.
So, I think this needs some sort of data processing. Because if you apply some anesthesia, then there will be change. So for long-term observation, if you can model this phenomena, yes, you can. But without anesthesia, how it comes, and with anesthesia, how it comes. It's possible to distinguish because there is some data processing we have, and also we have the machine learning, and also we have all these features. It's possible. Any other questions? Assalamualaikum. My question is, if the patient have epilepsy, can it detected by the sensor or not?
Yeah. You see that if it is epilepsy, again the same thing, data repeated. That is called epilepsy. I will take the sensor reading, EMG sensor reading. From there, I will do the feature extraction and classification to understand it is epilepsy.
Thank you so much. So I think we are running out of time. We can get only a couple of questions here. If you do not have, then we will thank him. But I have one question. Sorry. So I found that the main thing is the insulating layer after the copper metal. So it influences a lot in connecting your signals, right? So, did you try some composite materials, or do you know any information about composite materials? Composite polymers like this that gives better signals.
Okay. So when we did the research, I told you, I showed you that literature review. So from literature review, it comes out that okay, copper is the base material at this time through the literature. So of course composite material, because composite material of people are researching, but still it's, I'm not saying it's material in fancy. So whatever the literature we got, they couldn't dominate over there. So domination was the copper. That's why we use copper.
So, any other questions over there? Yeah, please speak.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Thank you for visiting our university. And my question is, some elderly people who have complicated diseases like Parkinson and other, where they don't have themselves control over their muscle, so signal can operate there also. I mean, do they can sense the accurate signal from them?
For the EC that I told you that belongs to motion artifacts, right? Somehow it belongs to motion artifacts. Right? So motion artifacts through ML, already we have proven that it's possible to make it not zero, but much lower. It's possible. Of course, there will be much more distortion, but still it's possible.
Thank you. I think we have that's several questions. So, Professor Mamuniju will be with us for here around. So, if you have similar questions, so you can go offline and discuss with him. I can give you a little idea. So, let's give a big hand to Professor Mamuniju. And with that, I want to conclude this session. Thank you very much for your questions, Jared.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Mahmoud Ilyas, for an insightful talk on the scope of capacitive ultramicrowave sensors. I also thank Dr. Abu Bakr Mohammed Ismail sir for leading this session. Now, we would like to honor our special guest, Dr. Maun bin Ibn Riyas, for his continuous support and contributions to this conference. I invite our Honorable Session Chair, Dr. Abu Bakr Muhammad Ismail, to present a crest to Dr. Maun bin Ibn Riyas as a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir, for this special moment. Now, I request our Honorable Coordinator, Madam Sabine Wasli, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, to present a crest, our Session Chair, Dr. Abu Bakr Muhammad Ismail. Thank you, sir and ma'am. With this, we end the keynote sessions of Day 1 ECICS 2025. A huge thank to both our respected keynote speakers for sharing their expertise and insights. Now we move forward to our plenary session, where we will dive deeper into discussion on the role of humanity-driven education and the importance of research and co-curricular activities for students in building a better future. Humanity-driven education teaches important values like kindness, empathy, and social responsibility, along with academic subjects. It helps students understand and care about the world, preparing them to tackle global issues such as poverty, inequality, and climate change. This approach encourages teamwork and unity to build a better future for everyone, no matter their background, culture, or nationality. Now, let's hear more about humanity-driven education from our respected speaker, Dr. Farzana Alam, Executive Director of the Association for Environment and Human Resource Development and Associate Dean, Faculty of Business Administration, European University of Bangladesh. Before we begin, a quick reminder that we'll have a question and answer session at the end of the speech, so please note your questions. Now, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. Farzana Alam.
Thank you, Warren University, for including me in this very prestigious conference. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit misfit because I'm not an engineer and not from engineering faculty.